Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you throughout the world. Thank you so much for joining us at the 9th US C3E Women in Clean Energy Symposium. I'm Martha Broad. I'm the Executive Director of the MIT Energy Initiative, or MITE for short, and I welcome you here. We are MIT's hub for energy research and education and outreach. So welcome on behalf of the C3E Coalition. We are led by the US Department of Energy, and we have a growing coalition of universities that started with MIT, Stanford joined a few years later, and now 2 years ago, Texas A&M. All of us are passionate about the goals of C3E, clean energy, education, and empowerment. We're here to celebrate our Rising Star awardees and our Lifetime Achiever. And in addition, we are growing an expansive network of women who are lifting each other up professionally and helping to diversify the clean energy sector. We are guided by the USC3 ambassadors. These are 42 women and men who are leaders in their fields across a spectrum of clean energy disciplines. They do the sifting through of the nominations that we receive and make the tough decision about which awardees will win. So by way of introduction, I'm somebody who has gravitated to energy and environmental challenges throughout my professional career. I started out, landed 30 years ago out of the Yale School of Management into an eco-conscious candy company, a spin out of Ben & Jerry's. We were sourcing Brazil nuts from worker-owned cooperatives in the Amazon and helping them make a living, not destroying the rainforest. We were sharing net profits with rainforest advocacy organizations and generally trying to attract attention to the rainforest plight. Fast forward a number of years, and I was most recently with the Massachusetts Clean Energy Center, a quasi-public agency that is focused on growing the state's clean energy economy. And I managed a number of programs there, including one partnering with universities, supporting them, helping them with support for the innovation to move from lab to market. And through that work, I got to know the MIT Energy Initiative and joined the executive team 7 years ago. So MITE's mission is to develop and innovate so that we have low and no carbon energy resources that can affordably and plentifully meet global energy demand while mitigating climate. We all need to get to this net zero emissions goal within the next few decades. And we're working towards this by partnering with corporations, nonprofits, and governments. We're putting them together with the solutions that they seek with expert faculty and researchers here at MIT. And we're also supporting entrepreneurial students and faculty, and this has resulted in dozens of spin-out companies. Just a few examples, we have a company focused on bringing fusion energy to reality, another focused on long-term storage, utility scale, and then another focused on the next generation of photovoltaic solar cells. So MITE, like many of your organizations, and certainly our C3E coalition members, is working towards this big challenge. How are we going to make this clean energy pivot? How are we going to fundamentally change the way that we produce and consume energy in order to mitigate climate? And C3E, of course, is aligned with this same challenge and taking on this challenge, but with an important added goal, and that is to bring women into the decision-making and elevate women throughout the clean energy sector. There was a recent study that really captures for me the essence of C3E and why we're doing this work and why it's important. Bloomberg New Energy Finance just last week issued a study, and there have been others, somewhat similar studies, that show a connection between gender diversity and organizational success. They looked at thousands of companies across the globe over the past 4 years. They focused in on the oil and gas, electric utility, and mining sectors, and they concluded that having 30% or more women on corporate boards positively correlates with better climate governance and innovation. So there you have it. We have a big task ahead of us, and having women at the table making strategic decisions around climate mitigation and adaptation is going to increase our chances of success at getting there. It's obvious. And it's no longer about just fairness and equality. It is about meeting with success. There's a lot at stake here. So you'll meet over the next 2 days a number of women and men who are all working towards this goal. We have our keynote speakers, our panelists, of course, our awardees, and we also have poster competitors. We have 31 women ranging from undergrad to postdoc who have all competed, and we will be giving out awards tomorrow. This afternoon at 4:30, there's a reception. You'll have a chance to meet them, get a glimpse into the future clean energy workforce and the solutions they're working on. And also tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. So check your agenda for that. So now I would like to take an important moment before I introduce our keynote speaker to thank our sponsors. It may sound cliche, but we literally could not be doing this without them. And do we have the slides? Yes, beautiful. Okay, so our leading sponsors: Hawaii Electric Industries, Idaho National Laboratory, and Shell. Our sustaining sponsors: they are Arizona Public Service Company, Chevron, CPS Energy, DLA Piper, Edison Electric Institute, Excelsior Capital, Massachusetts Clean Energy Center, National Grid, National Renewable Energy Lab, Texas A&M Division of Research, Texas A&M Engineering Experiment Station, Trident Winds, and our supporting sponsors: Coalition for Green Capital, Colorado State University Energy Institute, Texas A&M Graduate and Professional Studies, Quantum New Energy, Sabancı University, all the way from Istanbul, and Wilson Sonsini. So thank you to them, one and all.